Then let's discuss different types of reviews. So there are three main review types. What are those? First one is walkthrough, second is technical review, and third one is inspection. So let's discuss different types of reviews one by one. So walkthrough is a step-by-step presentation of the document to establish common understanding and gather feedback about document. So walkthrough is nothing but a step-by-step. You are just in a meeting, you are just presenting the document to establish common understanding among the people that are in the meeting. So in walkthrough, you just present the document and gather feedback about the document from the team members in the meeting. Then it is led by the author of the document. So author usually leads this walkthrough. Author does most of the preparation. For walkthrough, most of the preparation is done by author. Participants of walkthrough are from different departments and not required to do detailed study about the document. So walkthrough is just to give a clear understanding of the document to the people, to show them what the document is and to gather feedback. So the people in walkthrough can be from different departments, different business backgrounds, business units. It is not required during the walkthrough to for people who are attending walkthrough to do a detailed study about the document, as in the case of formal review. So, and then walkthrough is useful for high-level documents like requirement specification, high-level architectural documents. So walkthrough is useful in those kind of situations. So suppose you are reviewing a requirement, then in that case it's not a inspection or not a formal review kind of thing. So you do a walkthrough to show the requirements that you have captured from different business stakeholders, and you show them, you walk them through, and they decide whether the requirements that you have captured are perfectly fine or not, or they need some changes. So you get the feedback about those requirements, and if there are some missing requirements. So all these kind of things are taken care in walkthrough. So people who are attending walkthrough are not required to do a detailed study about the document. Then dry runs can be done to validate the documentation. You can also do the dry runs to validate the documentation that you have prepared. Now next type of review is okay, let's go through the goals of walkthrough. So what are the different goals of walkthrough? The goals of walkthrough are to present document to the stakeholders from technical and business domains and gather feedback. So the first and most important goal is to present the document to different stakeholders and acquire the feedback from them. And the second thing is to explain and establish common understanding about the document. So in walkthrough, you not only gather feedback, you also explain in case there is some doubt or there is some issues in the document. You explain that document to all the stakeholders so that everybody on the same page and everybody understands, is on common understanding, has common understanding of the document. To explain the validity of the proposed solution. So in walkthrough, you also validate the proposed solution. So suppose the example of this would be like doing a walkthrough of software requirement specification, doing a walkthrough of the design, UI design, or a mobile website design. So suppose you have a UI design, you just prepared a UI design and then going to invited different business stakeholders. They come in, you show them the UI design and the flow that will be followed for the website, how the flow will be, and make sure everybody understands the flow, and ensure that that the flow that you have explained and you have documented is valid, and the solution that you are proposing to the business is valid and okay for them. Now the second one is technical review. So technical review focuses on achieving consensus on technical content of the document. So as in the walkthrough, it was more for high level documentation like requirements document or UI documentation, or some high level design documentation. But technical review focuses more on the technical content of the document, how things are implemented, will be implemented technically in the software. So technical reviews are less formal than inspection. So inspection is the most formal type of review. Technical review is also formal but less formal than inspection. Defects are found by experts like architects and chief designers. So in technical review, it is very important to take feedback from the experts like architects and chief designers about the technical content of the whatever you write. So if it is a design document or low level design document, you get feedbacks from experts like architects and designers. So technical review is documented defect detection process which involves peers and technical experts. So it's technical review is a documented process. Everything is documented. Whatever discussions are being done in technical review are documented, and the people, the kind of people that are involved in technical review are the peers, your peer developers or testers, and the technical experts in the team. Then performed as a peer review without management participation. In technical review, it's more of a technical team that does this review, and management does not participate in technical reviews, because it's mostly the technical content that needs to be discussed in this sort of in this kind of review. So management participation is not required in technical reviews. Then it is ideally led by a trained moderator or technical expert. It is very important that technical review is led by trained moderator or technical expert, because it requires in-depth understanding about whosoever is leading this review needs to be technically very sound to understand what discussions are going on. So he needs to be technical expert. And then checklists, logging lists, issue logs are optional. So as this is not as formal as inspection, so checklist or logging list, you can, these kind of things can be optional in technical review. Then what are the goals of technical review? To assess the value of technical concepts and alternative. So whatever technical concepts have been implemented or are being proposed in the document, to assess the value of those concepts, or if there is some alternative to achieve same task technically. Then inform participants about technical content of the document. Second most important thing is to inform the whole team how the module or how the software system will be implemented technically. So that's the second important goal. Then to establish consistency in use of technical concepts. So there should be consistency among the team, how different concepts are being will be implemented in the software. So all the team should be consistent. It should use those technical concepts consistently and have awareness of all the technical concepts. Then to ensure that technical concepts are used correctly. So since in technical review there will be a lot of highly technical and knowledgeable people like technical architects and designers involved, so they'll ensure that the technical concepts or the design or whatever technical design that has been proposed in the document that is in technical review is correct and doesn't require any change, or if there are some changes required in that design or technical content. And then the other type of review is the inspection. That's the most formal one. So inspection is the most formal review type. The inspection document is checked thoroughly by reviewers before inspection meeting. So before going to inspection meeting, it is thoroughly checked by the reviewers. And any defects found in inspection meeting are just logged. Discussion about defects is postponed until discussion phase. So as we discussed the formal review process, so inspection is the most formal review process, so it will follow all the 6 phases of the review. So planning, kickoff, and then you have inspection meeting wherein you will log the defects, and then finally this inspection meeting will have 3 different phases: logging, discussion, and then decision phase. So inspection follows all that process, the formal review process. So any defect found in inspection meeting are just logged, and discussion about them is postponed to discussion phase. Inspection is led by a trained moderator and not by the author. So inspection is led by a trained moderator. It has defined role during the process. It involves peer for examining the product. So inspection involves peer, your co-developers, testers, while you are examining the content or the document under inspection. Then defects are logged in the issue log. So it's not like technical review. Technical review less formal, issue log is optional for that, but in inspection defects are always logged in issue log. Then it is a formal process based on rules and checklist with entry and exit criteria. So it is a formal, completely formal process, and it has rules and checklists. It follows entry and exit criteria as well. Then metrics gathered and analyzed for optimizing the process. So in inspection, whatever discussion, whatever metrics, or whatever output has been, whatever result has been there for the inspection after the inspection meeting, then all those metrics are gathered and analyzed in order to optimize the process for the review process. What are the goals of inspection? So the goals of inspection are to improve the quality of document under review. So any review, any static testing technique, the main goal is to improve the process or improve the quality of the document, to ensure that there are very few defects, or there are no defects that are being transmitted to another phase in SDLC. So to improve the quality. Then remove defects as early as possible. So goal of inspection is, because you start review process or inspection early in the software development life cycle, so you remove defects in early phases of SDLC. Then improve quality of product. Since you remove defects in early phases, eventually you are improving quality of the software product. Then come up to a common understanding about document by exchanging information. The other thing of inspection, goal of inspection, is that everybody has a common understanding about the document, because all the information is exchanged across all the team, all the people who are reviewing or doing the inspection. So everybody has to have the common understanding. That's another goal of inspection. and then learn from defects found and improve the process. The other goal of inspection is to improve the process. Since you find the defect, then you find the root cause why those defects arise. So you learn from your mistakes in order to improve.